Hello, and welcome to another week of the Abusecartoons Livestream. So, sorry we missed last week. It was a holiday here, an odd holiday. It's Labor Thanksgiving in Japan, which makes it a Thursday day off, which is almost completely useless for most people. And when everybody has it off, then you don't want to go anywhere because everything is crowded. So after you're exhausted from Wednesday, you can do something on Wednesday night, and then you have to go back to work on Friday. And many people on Saturday as well. So, there's a couple of those, because there's 21 national holidays here in Japan. So there's a couple of like Wednesdays and Thursdays that just don't make any sense. They're fixed on that day, or if it's like a emperor's birthday or something, it is whatever day it is that year. So you get some really odd ones, so sorry things were off, so no way to stream. But yeah, I needed the week off. I think I just barely caught up on the cartoon for that week. Anyhow, we'll take a look at those when we do the comments. But I hope everyone is doing well. It's now, well, it's still odd. It's not quite cold winter weather. I think we're supposed to get some snow this year. It's kind of rare here, but a lot of precipitation, and sometimes it's a rainy winter, and sometimes the temperature just gets just low enough. You get mostly sleet. It's not really very nice snow, although people do build snowmen here. Oh yeah, and that's the funny. So we have the classic. I'll actually draw it so you can see it. We have the classic, like 3 snowball, head, body, and kind of legs, whatever kind of snowman, with the sticks for arms, and the coal eyes, and the carrot nose. And then, like a knit hat, or like Frosty's got his top hat. So this is our kind of, and the buttons too. So this is the classic, kind of American style. Who knows where we stole that from, but American style snowman. But in Japan, they do this, and those are usually really small. So they look like little snow goblins or whatever, and their hat is always a bucket that they used to make the snowman. Son of it's a little cuter. So yeah, it's usually this is a Japanese snowman. And what's the other thing they do? A rabbit. Yeah, a rabbit with so another version of that is the 2 snowballs, because 2 snowballs doesn't really look like a person very much. Very tiny person. And then leaves, if you find any old leaves for ears. I guess they would be bigger leaves. Yeah, because these are, there are areas that get a lot of snow, of course, because there's ski resorts, and Hokkaido is like Wisconsin, basically. But yeah, like this. cuter than that, but that's the idea. But yeah, the 2 snowman was a funny thing to get used to, because I'm used to the more elaborate stuff. But especially when you don't get very much snow. So you see on like balconies and stuff, if people get some snow, they'll make one of these little 2 snowmen. But that's how it looks around here. Oops, need a layer. Yeah. So I guess we can do snow jokes. It's already snow. So let's see if we can come up with something. Indoor snowman. Yeah, let's try a couple of different versions of this, because I think we can get some kind of weird expressions. A lack of energy. Yeah, because that's kind of a really big scale for, rather than what I'm usually doing. A full snowman would be huge. Oh, that would be kind of funny, just the lower part of the snowman, and trying to think of what would be at his feet. Oh, maybe like the branches and... Oh yeah, I already did that kind of that joke before, the failed snowman, where it's just a melted puddle with a couple pieces of coal or rocks and a carrot and a top hat. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. So a melting snowman. Let's see if that's possible. I don't think the scale is going to be right. It's going to look a little wrong. So if we just do, so it's kind of, whoops, need a layer. Cuts off at the top. Nah, I don't know. Let's see. Cuts off at the top here. Yeah, the line work is a little thin. All right, so here's the top, and it's already not right. There we go, maybe like that. And then everything that fell off of him. This is a little bit too high concept. I think it's gonna freak everybody out here. What is that supposed to be? His carrot nose. Yeah, this is the failed snowman redo. And maybe we'll do a dog using the snowman for a toilet mark as well. Yeah, I don't know. The thin... Well, maybe we can get away with it. So the hat would have fallen off a long time ago, I imagine. Yeah, so should we do a upside down top hat? Too high concept, I think. I miss the old days where I would draw a top hat with total confidence. Now I feel... Oh, wait. I'm not on another layer. I have to be careful here. Now I am. doesn't really look like a top hat. Maybe not the hat. It's a little Grateful Dead looking, Fish concert looking. Oh, okay. Let me move this on its own layer because I think this needs to be realigned a little bit. All right. Maybe this too. Oops, wait. Try it again here. Oh. All right, didn't hold the shift key. And I guess just like little blobs of snow. Yeah, kind of fill up the space a little bit. I don't know, that's pretty odd. The composition is very odd. We can try it. So let's see. Let's try putting the color on it and see if it works. Because it's going to need a lot of shading to kind of represent what's going on. There's our carrot. Oh, wait. Where's our tolerance? Oh, yeah. And some gray. And a nice stick color. So I hope everyone's doing well. Just trying to get back into it. I'm going to be, whoops, oh, there we go. Be doing the audiobook thing on the other channel this December, I think, because I got to finish it off. There's one more book, so I want to try to finish it off, but we'll see. We'll see how well I do. I've not been doing well at anything recently, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so I'd like to, let me turn this off. I'd like to try, yeah, this will help be able to mask. So just do this. And hopefully then we can just fill it in. There we go. So then I can do a mask and get some shape worked out. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Yeah, it's getting late for you. But yeah, can you believe it? I got determined. I blasted my way through the rest of the. So it only ended up being a bit over 2 hours. I think the recording was almost 4 hours, but the final edit for the Dragonbane actual play ended up being only, just 2 hours. So that's how much rules looking up and messing about we do. Yes, but finally got it done. I got to work on my technique a little bit for that. 'Cause the thing that makes it hard is, especially with those big files, is things start to get, like, if mistakes get made, just like that, if mistakes get made, then things get slightly out of sync. And so I'm basically reconstructing whole conversations and things to get it to work, to make sense, and that becomes really laborious. In some cases, it's useful because there's weird rules, mistakes, or whatever. But I leave a lot of those in too because it's good to learn when we're like, whoops, we're doing it wrong. I think that's good, but yeah, it gets bad on those bigger files sometimes. Kind of piecing things together, but it came up pretty well. I think it works pretty well as one big piece. So I'll put a link to that so people can. Oh, actually, I should make this more snowy, shouldn't I? People can check that out. Yeah, you guys were great. I mean, just like playing pre-gen characters in just a kind of learning starter kind of scenario. You guys are really great. You brought a lot of life to those very, generic fantasy characters. That was really fun. Especially that duck. All right. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't done a snowman joke in a while, so I guess it's okay. It's okay to try. Yeah, the website, the main screen has been that snowman joke forever. I was doing them seasonally. I was changing it seasonally for a while, but then I would get so slow at changing it that it would be appropriate soon enough. So, all right. Hey, dude, how's it going? Yes, it is getting long, definitely. But it's nice. We can, because things are digital, they kind of stay in, well, hopefully, if there's no problems. But it seems like Foundry and stuff can stay kind of in one place. Like our character sheets and everything will be intact, so it makes it easier to move. If we're only going to be doing things on VTT, it's easier to move between games. But yeah, you're right, Matt. It's getting long. But I imagine, I don't know how many sessions Blade Runner will be, but yeah, Blade Runner is kind of a finite thing. It won't go on too long. But then there will be another case file. And yeah, it's getting long. Yeah, I'm curious what you guys would do with Dune as well. I think it's very interesting because it has that kind of two levels of play. So you can play it basically as your house or as your army or as the Bene Gesserit, and then also as your character. And it has that very abstract system of building assets, like building advantages and things in situations. So it's very different from other stuff they've done, and even more abstract than previous stuff. Okay, let's do some dog stuff here. Yeah, but hopefully we can rotate, fun things. Oops. Rotate fun things in. There we go. That's festive, isn't it? We'll make it soaking into the snow so it's not so disgusting. We'll make it very subtle. Nice. Good aim that dog has. Maybe we'll do it down here a little bit too. Oh man, he just ruined that snowman. All right. Bad dog is right, dude. Oh yeah, dude, good to see you. Yes. Yeah, we'll have to, what was that, Will suggested twice a week? Twice a week online games. Oh my God. Yeah, I might have an office change, an office space change that, might make that possible for me. We'll have to see. But I'll talk to you guys later about that. That's too big. Talk to you guys later about that, but that might be possible. All right. Little lumps of coal. Oh, and the sad snowman. I won't do the lumps of snow. The hard decline of the snowman. Yeah, I think there's a couple different ways you can play it, because you can play agents as different factions. Someone could be you could be representing different houses and working against each other, or the other system that they have in Dune is building a building a house together, and then you just choose kind of your role in that house, and you're trying to survive. Basically, you decide whether you're a major or a minor house, and whether you have a vote at the Landsrat, and it can get very intense and very or there's even the box set that they did, the Agents of Dune box set, basically puts you in the role of the Atreides. And see, it's like kind of more of a what if situation. So what if your house was chosen instead of House Atreides for running the administration of Arrakis? So there's a lot of things you can, kind of place the story within different timelines and stuff. So make it small and individual stuff so that when you're working on that higher level, it's just, it's not do or die kind of. You're just manipulating on a different scale for like the Bene Gesserit or and I think, most of it is focused on Dune. But there is a lot more, there's a lot more in that world that we discovered. So we'll see how they handle that with some of the expansions. That stuff is coming. I'll take a look at that. But you can either do a house, which is what a lot of the material supports, making your own house, and then you can play Dune, or you can have a different scenario. You can just have the survival of your house and the regular kind of intrigue and protecting yourself and building reputation, or you can do it as kind of separate entities, separate agents that may have to work together for some reason, like all in your best interest, or also, kind of, secretly working against each other kind of thing. So, we'll kind of talk about that. What sounds good? Yes. Everything is alive. All right. I've been living in Shinto culture for too long. All right. And let's see, is another Christmas? Nice. Almost as horrifying as the relationship between the male and female anglerfish. Nice. So we'll take a look at the book, and then I'll we won't be getting to it probably till next year, but we can kind of decide how we want to play, and we can do just smaller single adventures or a big grand campaign. Create characters that can like be hired by a house to do certain things. So you're kind of like free agents, or actually a house that will have some progress. That could be like a major campaign, because you could even have generations of your family and things. All right. So let's see. More Christmassy stuff. I guess it's, that one will be December. This one is actually for the 30th. So I don't know. We'll anticipate some Christmas, but yeah, there's some interesting options. And I'll see what sounds fun for you guys. Yeah, I hope that Terry's interested in Blade Runner. That would be fun, because the case file would work well adding a new agent, or a new Blade Runner, a new detective in. That would be good. All right. Santa hat versus what? A minor house that gets contracted by other houses. Oh, it's problem solvers. Oh, yeah. That would be fun. Yeah, that would be really fun to be a minor house that gets caught up in things and is just kind of known as the dirty deeds dealers. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, and I wonder, I think they did, I don't know what the license is, because I think it's kind of, they got the license for the Villeneuve, the Denis Villeneuve new Dune movies because the aesthetics are more like his stuff than generic or the David Lynch version. But I wonder if they have included the Brian Herbert stuff or if this is just exclusively like the first 3 books or whatever, because things get pretty wacky even in the original Frank Herbert Dune books. But I wonder how far they're going to go, and if they're going to include kind of some of the new ideas and new lore that were added by Brian and his his pal, the writer, I guess, the sci-fi writer. I don't know. I haven't read any of those, but I haven't heard great things. It's people whose opinions I don't respect have said that they're great. There's no problem, and that those ideas should have been included in the movies, the current movies. Like that's so there should have been a whole movie about life on Caladan. like okay, no one's gonna watch that. Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, that would be really fun to be, you get involved in this kind of cloak and dagger kind of stuff, and you don't know who is with you and who's against you, and because with the VTT, I can contact the players separately, and so that might be fun to have it very to make it very nervous, because with the Blade Runner, that's the thing, it's kind of on the table a little bit more about what the characters are doing, so you have to role play a lot heavier. You know what they said or they didn't say or what they didn't report, but I think with Dune we can keep things more secret, because it can be roles and things that nobody says what they're for. Yeah, hopefully I can hold my composure well enough to make that work. All right, what's a thing? Okay, so I've already done Santa hats on dead jack-o'-lanterns. Yeah, the Ix and yeah, no, Ix were mentioned. Probably developed more in the Brian Herbert stuff, but yeah, Ix were mentioned in the second book, because I think there was an assassin that was part of the conspiracy against Paul already in Dune Messiah. And that's where they so it's not that clever. Like, that's why it sounds like a Brian Herbert thing, because the planet Ix is named because it's the 9th planet from the sun. Yeah. So yeah, that's not great. But yeah, there's some things like that. But I think the shape-shifting assassins are already there, and because they introduce right away I forget what they're called, but the clones, the silver-eyed clones, and so Duncan is back. So that'll be a cool and a weird thing if they get to the 3rd Dune movie and that might be hard, because he, depending on how Aquaman does or whatever, Jason Momoa might, maybe he'll need a job. Hopefully he'll need a job. But, yeah. Duncan comes back. Spoilers. Yeah, and that's a really interesting, just his whole atmosphere is very weird. So I'm not sure if Jason Momoa can pull that off. I guess with a lot of help. Maybe. I don't know what that is. Because it's pretty strange. All right. But yeah, what they set up and the mechanics in that system are fun, and it's a weird world to play in, so I think that will be fun. Yeah, I'm worried. The only thing I'm worried about is they don't give you enough assets so hopefully there's maybe some, Dune movie concept art and stuff around. Like I use some of that for John Carter. So hopefully we'll have enough assets, because that's the thing I'm worried about, is the books are just going to have a few images and things. So we'll need character art and stuff. I don't think my cartoony style will will cut it for Dune. So what? Trying to. All right. Oh yeah, should make a Coca-Cola joke. That Coca-Cola and Santa thing is so weird. It was in the 20s or 30s that they realized Coke sales went down in the winter, so how can we get... This is probably later than that, because there's painted ads and stuff. Those illustrations are very like 1940s looking. But Coca-Cola sales are down in the winter, so how do we... Oh, sorry. Just a moment. Be right back. All right, sorry about that. Some deliveries wait until after work hours, and some just come in the middle of the day. Okay. All right. So what was I going on and on about? Ooh, Seasons of Stolen Presents. There you go. Nice, the Krampus movie. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Beer can would be good. That's right. That's a good idea. Beer can and an ashtray full of cigarettes. Although, do people still know what that is? It's so funny how smoking. Let's see if I can even do a beer can. Yeah, it's funny. The only vaping, and now it's just getting less and less. And I think because if people are, their entertainment is social media, I think a lot of social media bans smoking, or like references or endorsement of, and I guess using it is kind of an endorsement. Sorry, whoa. That must be shocking on the stream. Sorry about that. But undo and the zoom tool are the same key. It just depends how much I've taken my finger off of control. Oh, actually, it should be like obvious empties, like maybe crumpled up empties. Nice. Oh, let's see if I can do an ashtray too. Something recognizably ashtray. Uh-oh, sounds like we got a cat fight outside. And not the good kind. Let's see here. I don't know if I can draw an ashtray. All right, and some cigarette butts. Maybe that'll get it across a bit more. something off here. All right, and maybe something fell outside. There we go. What are Santa's other vices? Oh, man. A bottle of prescription painkillers. Santa sure is magical. Nice. Oh, wow. Yeah. Ashtrays at they have some pretty nice glass ashtrays at the 100 yen store, the dollar stores here. I'm surprised. I should get some of those before they go away. But I mostly have been buying because some of our game nights there were people that smoked, and the room we were in we couldn't smoke in. But so I'd get those portable ashtrays that were just kind of like a metal can with a grate on the top that they could just, take anywhere. So usually like the steps, like the fire escape or on the balcony, people were smoking. There we go. There's a magical Christmas image. That'll be my Christmas card this year. All right. Off-season Santa. All right. Something like that. Okay. Oop. Yeah, what are we doing for the beer can? I should do some really crappy brand reference. Like Iron City beer or whatever. Well, I guess Santa would smoke some or drink some something. What color is this ashtray? Maybe like a weird, outdated, orangey kind of. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's right. But I was going to do the butts in that color, that yellowy paper color. I guess that makes them look all that much more crappy. I'll add some white to those. All right, so we got to fix the Santa's little ball there. Oh, Schlitz, there we go. Schlitz is let me get a photo reference. If that's even a thing on the internet. You remember the crappiest beer was, oh yeah, okay, I remember Schlitz now. The crappiest beer was always Schaefer's I think that was a Midwestern thing. It just had like a weird red label. Oh yeah, Schlitz is good. That'll be very distinctive. Nice. Schlitz beer. Nice call there, Matt. All right. Oh, Hams, yeah, with the bear. I was like those commercials because they had an animated bear when I was a kid. Like, Hams looks like a cool beer. This is like, 6-year-old me choosing my beer brand by the characters. All right, so we'll just do this. And maybe this. All right. Yeah, I still remember, I've told this a million times, but my mother always smoked Marlboro 100s, the gold one. And when she wanted to quit smoking, she must have spent an insane, cigarettes weren't like that crazily taxed and stuff back then. Yet it wasn't happening, but she would light one of these. So 100s are a little bit, longer cigarette, and she'd light one of them, take that first drag, and then put it out. So there were ashtrays full of, like gigantic, like these long cigarettes just tamped out way too prematurely. that was always a weird. That was just a very strange image, but I guess it worked eventually. Yeah, she gave it up, but yeah, that was for me. That was always so odd. Like, why are you taking a single? I mean, not being addicted to cigarettes, I guess it was hard to understand. But why are you taking a single drag? Right, and we'll just do one of these. Yeah, let's just do it like that. But yeah, just ashtrays full of a single drag and then just crushed out huge cigarettes. But that was her technique, I guess. Whatever works. Whatever works for you. There we go. That's looking schlitzy. And what else? I'm trying to think. Growing up. Yeah, it was before the shitty beer became cool. Like, before hipsters were drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon. Did Pabst Blue Ribbon only become cool because of Blue Velvet, or isn't that the beer that that Dennis Hopper's screaming about in Blue Velvet? Who knows? But there was a lot of what's the green one? I'm totally blanking. Totally blanking. What is not Heineken? Oh, cheap ones. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, alcoholic. It's so funny how it's become such a. Everything has become a stupid, snobby thing. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, Rolling Rock. That's right. Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it is a shitty beer, but I remember Rolling Rock is a shitty beer. They're just one of those brands. But yeah, it was always Miller. Everybody was Miller and Miller Lights when I was growing up. There was no Budweiser. Oh, and that was the thing too. If you saw Smokey and the Bandit, you'll know this. But the gimmick that Coors had for a while is they would not sell it east of the Mississippi. So it was a western side of America brand, and so that's what I think that's what they're smuggling in Smokey and the Bandit. Is they're trying to get Coors beer across the line. But so we moved so my father grew up in like the Ohio area in the Midwest, and we moved to right along the Mississippi so we could go across the Mississippi and buy Coors. And I think they gave this up, not long after that. And then he would bring cases of Coors beer back for friends, mostly like his old softball team and stuff, as the souvenir. Every summer that we went back to visit grandparents and stuff, he would always bring Coors because it was such a rarity, artificial, what is it called? Artificial scarcity, fake scarcity. But it worked. He bought a lot of that mediocre beer to bring back. Yeah, but if it's something you can't get, then it's funny. I'll put some cruddy dots on that too. All right, that looks kind of schlitzy. That's my new. I'm trying to coin that term. And I'll put some bigger highlights on things here. Make this look plasticky or glassy or something. Maybe the can too. right. Nice. Yeah, a little too much detail. I'm going to have trouble fitting in these eyes, aren't I? Yeah, thanks, Matt. That was a fun suggestion. Maybe the bigger ones are fine. The jolly old elf's off season. All right. Nice. You can buy generic beer. Just this. Oh yeah, generic beer. That's right. Yeah, I miss the generic, as it all became kind of store brand. I miss that generic aisle. That was a thing like in Repo Man, right? They had everything was generic. Like they drank just beer, and like they went into some bodega or like a store that had, everything was just generic. Smoked Vantage, nice. Yes, Vantage. Oh man, yeah, my grandmother killed herself with Kent's. I don't think they were menthol, or maybe all Kent's are menthol, because it had a white like blue and gold. Kent cigarettes. Yeah, she didn't stop until she had like her first like big health thing. She didn't stop smoking. Yeah, that was the eeriest memory I had of my grandmother. We would stay, in summers, we would stay overnight there. And she had insomnia, I think, in her like 60s. And I'd get up in the middle of the night and she'd be just sitting up on the edge of the kitchen table. She always wore glasses, so no glasses, just in her nightgown, just staring up at the single light bulb in the kitchen, just smoking, just very despondently. It was like, that's really weird. But yeah, she just would get up in the middle of the night, have a cigarette, and go back to bed. So I don't know if her nicotine cravings woke her up, or she had, it was just insomnia from other causes. But yeah, that was my image of her that like it really sticks, is her in the middle of the night getting a cigarette. I don't know how common that is. Yeah, that's totally not a thing anymore. I guess it's just like midnight movies, generic brand, Investopedia. Yeah, so yeah, it's weird. So yeah, they were manufactured by less prominent companies or manufacturers in the same production lines as the branded products. Similar quality, standard ingredients. Yeah, without the cost of marketing, generic brands were priced much lower. So yeah, in the United States, late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, they got popular during the inflation of that time. Yeah, they don't talk about the end of it, though. German discount supermarket Aldi is known for their own brand goods. Whatever. Yeah, store brands became the thing then. Every store just did their own. That's funny. Reading Wikipedia. Oh, no way. So your mom quit smoking and then said, screw it, and started again. And oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, no. That's crazy. Yeah, usually you see like the people that are diagnosed with something and have to stop because of a health thing. And they're like, well, if I'm, getting sick from this anyhow, why am I stopping? It was one of my joys. Sorry, Matt. That was, that's really terrible. Yeah, it's so funny. And it's amazing. People that can smoke their whole lives and they have some other health problem not related to smoking, or it may be complicated by smoking. But some people can just smoke their whole lives. And some people get, taken out the older couple next to us went 1-2, like really fast. He was a smoker, and I think she got sick first from secondhand smoke, and then he, after she died, then he wasn't long. And they weren't that old. They were in their like 60s, I think, which is incredibly young in Japan. But yeah, that's, let me put some highlights on this. Yeah, but that's very sad. Sorry to hear that, Matt. I didn't know. My maternal grandfather was that same way. He was supposed to quit smoking. He just snuck cigarettes constantly, like at the golf club and everything. He's just like, oh yeah, no, I quit. And he didn't quit, and then just keeled over. Yeah, but a complication of everything. I don't think it was only cigarettes, but they definitely didn't help. Yeah, so he died in his early 60s too, which, yeah, wrecked my mom. Yeah, so that's right. She started smoking again after he died. I think because there's so many photos of them in photo albums for holidays sneaking cigarettes in the garage. That was their little bonding moment or whatever. So maybe when he passed, that was a thing, that she held on to, because she started from the stress after he died. She started smoking again, which is so odd. Which is really odd. It's like, well, let me see that. What killed him? I'll do that. But very hard, because he was a big part of her life. So hard to lose him earlier than necessary. Yeah, that means she must have been in her 40s. So yeah, late 30s or early 40s. I could imagine that. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to hear that, Matt. It's crazy. Yeah, I had a weird, so many relatives have died on my birthday. I guess because I've got a January birthday, and that's like when you just give up. Like some people can make it through the holidays, make it to the holidays. And but I've had so many relatives die exactly on my birthday. Like their obituaries are like, oh Jesus. So my birthday is for wiping out my elderly relatives. That's really sad. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it's just that season. Like I think it's a really shitty time to be born. Because depending on where you live, it's just so bleak and dark and cold. And I can't imagine as a baby that's a great world to go into. It formed a lot of my future dysfunction. All right. Yeah, I think we've got enough. I can't believe we're doing Christmas already. What's going on? All right. Well, let's read some comments. Oh wow, chips in their shoulders. Wow. Yeah, that's funny. That must be a pretty big business. There must be money to be made. I can't imagine. There we go. Yeah, because I remember patches and gum, like all kinds of, and now you can just vape nicotine, like whatever chemical, some kind of oil or whatever. So it's getting weird. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, so yeah, these are the two you guys missed. I guess I'll mark them. So yes, not yesterday, 2 days ago, Thursday. Did I date these right? 28th. Oh yeah, 28th. Tuesday. That's right. It's Thursday now. I keep thinking it's Friday. Yeah. So last Tuesday, it felt like no one had told them Black Friday moved online. Just some lonely receipts and nobody to get trampled on. And I guess I'm already doing Christmas. Yeah. Returning a gift, the gift of an unwanted hand axe, had the possibility of going very badly. All right, let's like it. Insulting the gift giver could leave you stumped. Good job, Tony. I just wanted to think of a deadly gift joke. All right. So let's go to, where are we going? Let me check where we left off. That's not it. this one. Pages and pages of copied comments. Okay, so we're August. Oh, wait. No. No, well, no, I'm not even close to the bottom. So we stopped in February. So we'll do February, February, March, April. Okay. 2017, though. We're getting there. We're blazing through now that we've lost the daily. We can really burn through these years. All right. Here we go. So February 2nd, 2017. There was little chance he would get a signature, but his back certainly felt much better. So a chiropractic joke. And February 7th. Come on. Try again. Come on. This website knows I'm live streaming and it just refuses. There we go. So February 7th, 2017, they seem determined to be taken with alcohol. So the pills are just in the shot glass. They were tired of being taken for granted. All right. It made them feel better. Yeah, the pills wanted to... put little eyes on the pills as well. February 9th, 2017. Teabag jokes. He had given all the Darjeeling he was able to give. He's brewed out. Come on. Yeah, this is that. I got that comment. Somebody was trying to click and it wouldn't click. All right. February 14th. Sorry. Valentine's Day. What they had witnessed could not have been described as an act of love. Just a gorging of chocolate bonbons. All right. February 16th. Fortunately, even loneliness and despair came with pancakes. Hey, hey. And look who just came in the door. Maple syrup. Yeah, I should have drawn one of those. Oh, yeah, I heard that really depressing thing. And it probably hasn't come back yet, but IHOP got rid of their little pitchers of syrup, and they just give you like little packets with the foil tear off now. So you can't like drown your pancakes in syrup at IHOP anymore. You have to open little foil topped deals. That's depressing. I'm sure they haven't gone back either, because every change that happened for COVID is now permanent if it saved them money. Okay, February 21st. Showering together should not have felt this messy and weird. All right. The green bottle. A soul seems to have left its body. All right, February 23rd. It wasn't as if he could become more coffee flavored. He was coffee. Coffee flavored coffee. Yeah, that's the creamers and things that are coffee flavored. Always funny, like putting Kahlua in coffee. Anyhow, February 28th. She could not have made him feel any more replaceable. Always a replaceable battery. Her legion of future boyfriends, right? He could have always taped himself to the side. All right, March 2nd. Some of them were light and others were mild because being both was just too much. Light and mild, yeah. Mild salsa, light cigarettes. Oh, light 100s. That's right. Yeah, Marlboro Light 100s. The gold. That's the gold package I'm talking about. And they liked it that way. All right, March 7th. He would soon learn that his world went far beyond dry erasable. Oh my God, there's permanent markers and ballpoint pens. March 9th. They were proof that once upon a time, both Band-Aids and paprika came in tin boxes. Oh, whatever. Everything used to come in a tin box if you go back far enough. March 17th. Nothing ruined the mood like an awkward stacking. So nothing breaks. Yeah, the handles are the first to go. March 16th, 2017. This thing they were doing might just consume them both. Playing with matches. All right. Oh no, March 21st. He was now red, but probably not delicious. Red delicious. All right, that my Krylon can there. March 23rd. This was possibly, there was possibly some underage drinking involved. Oh, look, isn't that clever? Look at the little blocks, the little alphabet blocks in the whiskey. March 28th. Oh, it's not going to happen. One more time. There we go. As pranks, they never quite found a good working relationship. As pranks. Oh, look, I have thumbtack on the chair under a water balloon. Yeah, as pranks, they never quite found the two of them. Yes, they can't work together well. All right, March 30th. As far as he knew, there was just fruit, no stripes or punch. The pair wasn't, fruit stripe gum or fruit punch. There was just fruit. April 4th, so we'll finish April. He felt it was more of a comment on his difficult packaging. Oh, I already was here. Yeah, some packaging has gotten silly. I love the, always the Japanese packaging always has like little pre-cut slit. And sometimes because they produce the packaging like end to end, if you find the little opposite, like it's like not a cut, or sometimes it's a cut, but sometimes it's a V shape. If you find that V shape, the, convex part of that V shape, you can just always know, open at the other end, and there's a little place to tear it open. It's so nice. All right. April 6th, 2017. He saw the best minds of his generation often stuck to the bottom of boots. Oh, was that Ginsburg? April 11th, 2017. Not quite finishing a large order still delivered the same amount of regret and physical discomfort. So finishing and not quite finishing. Oh, look at that little foil ketchup packet. And that little blob of sentient ketchup. April 17th, hospital gelatin was as sad and flavorless as he needed to be. As he needed to be. April 18th, the only thing Fruit and Mint agreed on was their dislike of bubblegum. Hey. Cute and clever. I like it. Yes, I do chew gum occasionally. That's a good comment. Thank you. I do chew gum occasionally. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad we're still chewing gum. All right. April 20th. They were too old to remember what they were trying to do. That's my comment on what elderly sex is. They don't even, wait a minute. What is this thing what are we trying to do here? All right. So we're trying to record a phone call, but the phone's not even plugged in. All right. April 25th. Without their shampoo, conditioners were just a mass of moisturizing melancholy. Batman. Sounds like the 60s Riddler. Just 4 more plastic bottles that you don't need. Bar shampoo, bar conditioner are things. Google it or go to Amazon. Okay. Thank you for the shopping suggestion. Cutting down on plastic. I don't want to live in a world where you only have bar shampoo. Oof. All right. This is in India. So he hoped that this is April 27th. He hoped his minty flavor would distract from the fact that he was a diarrhea medicine. Okay. Aw. He's cute little diarrhea medicine. All right, so here, we'll stop here. But May 2nd, they hoped to return in the next life as more effective agents of social change. Oh, yeah, this was after the, what's-her-face, stupid Pepsi commercial. where she gives the cops that are tormenting the protesters a Pepsi. Oh, Kendall Jenner. Thank you, Nicole. Kendall Jenner. This is, yeah, right after Agents of Social Change. Nothing like a Pepsi to change the world. Pepsi's for the youth. All right. Oh, where's my... Oh, there it is. Nice. Bar shampoo, that's a thing. Yeah. It's it kind of... Yeah, that was the... I didn't know that. There was a chemist that I had as an English student here who worked for Procter and Gamble, and he said that the markets are so totally different. In India, they have much less water consumption. It's either restricted or they just don't do it as much. Don't have like a bathing culture, mostly just a quick shower culture. So they want really low foam shampoo. So yeah, they do different styles of shampoo there that don't make a lot of foam because they don't want to waste a lot of water rinsing their hair. So there's a lot of weird things. In the UK, it's called treacle. Thick syrup of sugar with very strong flavor. Oh, yeah. Molasses. Nice. Yeah, molasses. Nice. Oh no, after logging into Go Comics, it kicked you out. Oh no. Well, cool, dude. That's cool you logged in. Hey, unknown girl, sorry, I missed you there. Oh yeah, shoe fly pie, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that Thanksgiving, Matt. That looked great. And I loved your action shot, the the Italian beef with Matt in the back flipping the towel, and the towel is still it's still in midair, so the chef was finishing up the meal. Yeah, I'm going back to look at molasses. What's happening? Yeah, didn't go back far enough into the chat. Nice. Oh, that's great. Is that let me look that up. Is that a regional, or where did you pick up shoe fly pie? Is that a southern thing? Like Wikipedia is gonna know. Dutch. Oh, Pennsylvania Dutch. That's right. That's right. I live near the Pennsylvania Dutches, the Moravians, Mennonites, and Amish. Ah, I see. Possibly related to the Jenny Lind pie, gingerbread pie, a molasses crumb cake. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I think the only time there was a we used to go, I think it was either the border of Ohio or into Pennsylvania, where there was like a Mennonite restaurant, and they cooked like traditional kind of Dutch, like Pennsylvania Dutch style stuff. And I think that's where I first had shoe fly pie and like a version of sweet potatoes I've never had before. And there's a couple of things that were super unique. I forget there was one thing that everybody went for, and I forget what it was. Not the apple pie. I don't know, but there was something that people specifically went there for. I forget. Maybe it was like baked apples or something. There was some kind of thing. I forget what it was, but yeah, I've eaten at a few Mennonite restaurants in my time. That's the kind of stuff you do in the Midwest. You eat at a Mennonite restaurant. Nice. Oh, so molasses is called treacle in the UK. So that's where, brimstone and treacle, that's where that comes from. And yeah. I always thought treacle was poison, just because of when it was in titles, it was often in like spooky titles. I always thought it was poison. I don't recommend the peach pie. Blah. It still pisses me off. Oh. Ah, Pennsylvania Dutch. Thanks, Matt. Yeah. I just need to look at the chat. I don't need to keep doing Wikipedias. All right, let's get out of this these crazy comments. All right. So, sorry, get a better position. I'm falling off the. I think my camera shifted a bit. I'm like all misconfigured, but my desk is on wheels, so that's a little bit strange as well. Things are always a little off every time. It's a whole unique experience. Yeah, sometimes peach pie, they go crazy with the cinnamon, and it sometimes doesn't work. But you need good peaches too. That's the problem. If you've got flavorless, lifeless peaches, ugh. Yeah, I was told my daughter said that Choco's, the Choco's restaurant chain, I'm not sure if it's West Coast based or whatever, but we had those in California, doesn't sell pies anymore. They were bought by a pie company, like a company that made pies, and then they just gave it up. So maybe it was like a money loser for them, because you used to be able to get like $5, like a whole, mostly the cream pies and stuff that were really cheap, but like $5 or $7 an entire pie. You had to return the tin, but very cheap pies. So I had a lot of pies from Choco's, and now you can't. And so it's funny, they have Choco's here, and they've never had pies at Choco's. So it's just like a, kind of a Denny's or a Perkins kind of ripoff. All right. So we got to rate these, huh? So the off season. So getting in the mood, getting back in the Christmas mood. Oh man, Matt is very funny. All right, being off for most of the year, the off season, a messy, a rough off season made getting into Christmas. Should I make the hat like dirty so it needs washed? A difficult off season, a dark, brutal off season made it harder to. Let's see. Yeah, what's I don't know if off season's the best approach. So the downtime the rest of the year. Oh yeah, we could do like a Black Friday joke where they talk about the first week of profit. So the first week of so spending the whole year recovering from Christmas. To just recover from the previous Christmas. So Santa off season took the rest of the year to just. I don't know. I think I need just. there's got to be, yeah, something about it, it was 11 months of recovery. Yeah, something about off season or getting back into it or recovery time. Oh, and this one now. A couple of pretty dark Christmas cartoons this week. Yikes. Oh man. Breaks. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mall Santa. That's a much better angle. Mall Santa. Ah, I see. Like, yeah, low tech cooking. I gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know molecular gastronomy was a thing. All right. Yeah. Yeah, Mall Santa I think is a good angle. Oh, good. Thanks, dude. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, after COVID. Yeah, get your photo with Santa. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sometimes the at the big malls, which they're becoming less and less, but I remember the lines in Southern California being pretty vicious. You were going to be waiting for a while. Yeah, your photos with Santa. I remember that should be on his Facebook. We were at some like car, like auto show, and Spider-Man was there. And so we got a photo with Spider-Man. And my brother was like 2 or 3. He was really young. And he was terrified. Spider-Man terrified him. So they gave you a little pin badge, a little a button, like a 1-inch button thing with a little Amazing Spider-Man thing on it. So I'm holding that up in the photo, and Spider-Man's like, doing Spider-Man pose behind us, and my brother is just red-faced, screaming his head off in the photo. He couldn't calm down. So, and then of course there's a line, so they just take the photo. So my mom actually bought that photo of my brother screaming, and he ended up working for Marvel eventually. He was like a vice president for like Marvel games or something. That should have been on his desk, that photo of Spider-Man making him cry. It's so funny. Too funny. All right. So yeah, something about I'm totally blanking for angles. Yeah, crying on Santa's lap picture. Yeah, yeah. Just crying, crying, crying. That's so funny. Yeah, that's such a common thing. I'm sure that, yeah, there's the internet probably has a million of those. There's probably, instead of that awkward family photos, there's probably crying family or crying Santa baby photos. Okay. The deconstruction, the collapse. All right. Yeah, I think my best joke was the failed snowman joke. I don't remember it, but I can't do the same thing. It's got to be something about coming to life. They have little chance of coming to life at this point. So not only the weather was brutal this winter. Severe weather, severe mistreatment. or places that snowmen didn't do well. Oh, so they weren't sure one of these was definitely the last straw. Spooter man, hey, nice. Don't like the snow idea, or don't like the snow, but the idea to make a snowman must be fun. They had suffered every possible indignity this winter. Yes, the winter of indignities. That's good. Yeah, so you should have made one of the ends of the branch snapped off looking, because it is a little bit short. Oh yeah, I wanted to definitely look like aftermath as opposed to like assembly. So I guess what the dog coloring helps with. Or yeah, using the Winter Wonderland. There, Winter Wonderland turned into a hellscape. I like indignities. That's very funny. Oh, that's right, Olaf. Oh, summer couldn't come quick enough. That's good. That's good too. Oh, and that's so short too. That's like really. Oh yeah, that's right. The Jack Frost, the Snowman horror movie. Yeah, winter. That's really good. It's like they've failed to do anything, anything good this edit. Yeah, that's really good, Matt. I like that. Soon enough. It's so concise. I like that real short, punchy stuff. It's just a desperate mess of snowman. Is there anything else that can that I'm forgetting is part of a crappy winter thing? Yeah, I like that really short, sharp idea. Comes soon enough. Yeah. Oh yeah. Quick. Oh boy. Snowman was annoyed by being picked apart every Christmas. Yes, yes. Oh, that's right. No, there's that. That's right. It's a Michael Keaton or something, right? Where he's turned into a snowman. Yeah, there's a horror movie where this snowman murders people. He's like an animated snowman. But yeah, then there's that Michael Keaton one where he has to like he doesn't he die and come back to life as a snowman and has to like play with his son or something. And maybe it's not Michael Keaton. That's really depressing. I think that's what that is. There's probably a bunch of movies named Jack Frost. Oh, it is Michael Keaton. Yeah, 1998. Troy Miller directed. So Jack Frost is the lead singer of a rock band in a fictional town. His focus on his music and hopes that the band will sign a record deal lead him to neglect his family. Michael Keaton said yes. to that screenplay? Holy crap. Oh, that's weird. It must have paid well. Yeah, isn't there a horror movie? Maybe the horror movie's called something else. Oh, yeah, no, it is just Jack Frost. Yeah, the horror movie, too. That's weird. I guess, titles can't be protected, so you're going to have the same thing. So when did the second Jack Frost? Oh, so they were around the same time. So maybe they were specifically made kind of like porn parodies. They were horror parodies made to cause a little brand confusion. Oh no! Oh, Jack Frost, the horror movie came out the year before. Of course it did. That's so stupid. Yeah, 97 was the horror comedy, and 98 is the Michael Keaton gotta fix things with my son from the afterlife or whatever that was. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, I like the summer. Like, please, summer, let's just knock this off. This is not fun anymore. I like that. And what about this? Oh yeah, let's do I think more Mall Santa because this is a little too weird. Oh yeah, something like seasonal work. Seasonal. Oh. Seasonal work, seasonal employees. That's so funny. They just went ahead with the touching family film even after even after Michael Keaton read that script and said, "Let's do it." Yeah, it's funny the movies that actors do because their kids would like it. I think there's a lot of those. I think I can't remember it does, but I think there's a bunch of them. Wasn't like Street Fighter? Wasn't Raul Julia like dying and still doing that because of kids telling him he should do that? Don't listen to your kids. Listen to your agents. Let's see. Seasonal work. Yeah, I think employees or mall just referencing Mall Santa. I think there's enough people that will know what that is. So anybody that volunteers to have strangers' children sitting on their laps has to be a bit sus. That's not a thing anybody wants to do, especially because the kids are young enough. You get peed on and all that good stuff. Yeah, I think Artie Lang in Elf was one of the best Mall Santa characters. All right. Yeah, just Mall Santas. Or maybe shopping mall Santas. That has a nice rhythm to it. So we're a dying breed for any number of reasons. So was it the smoking? Was it the drinking? I guess mall Santa is the most recognizable. Shopping mall Santa. I think that's a very common expression, but I like the rhythm of that better. Mall Santas were a dying breed for any number of reasons. That's messed up. M. Night blamed his kids for Avatar. Oh, yeah. See, maybe that's what it is. It's not that. It's not actually true. It's just that's their excuse when they go for that paycheck of cheesy licensed IP movie, and they're like, "Oh, my kids made me do it." I would never have chosen such a crap movie. Oh yeah, you can hear them. Yeah. Yep. There's a bunch of they were gone for a while. But yeah, they must. There's really big pine trees and some larger trees. I think they nest in, and yeah, we got. That's the crazy thing. The city had to actually issue these really heavy duty plastic bags, because if you get just cheap plastic bags, the crows just bust those things open and go after like any little remnant of ramen noodle or whatever in there. So the trash just gets totally spread all over in the morning. So we can't put our trash out the night before. It's not like raccoons or anything. It's that the crows get plenty of chance to tell all their friends about it. So yeah, there's a lot of communication here. Yeah, it's weird that like crows on a power, like on telephone lines and power lines is that's so Japanese looking. And I've seen that in a lot of anime and stuff, and never really until I came here, like, oh yeah, that's just a common thing. There's just crows everywhere going for the trash. And so people have to put like big nylon nets or, little structures to kind of protect trash bags if you're going to put them out for any amount of time. Because unless it's just 10 minutes before the truck comes, the crows get at it. Yeah, and I've seen them. There's the persimmon trees. They have a lot of persimmon trees around here. So in the fall, those come into, all the fruit shows out. And I've seen just a huge, murder of crows just attacking one of those trees, and just chunks of fruit flying everywhere. It was like one of those, clouds of cartoon brawl. There were so many birds in the trees, just like thrashing the fruit out of it. It looked insane, very bizarre, like cartoony, violent. All right. Yeah, because I guess if they knock the fruit off, then they can just go down on the ground and pick it up at any time. But that was insane. They're so intelligent. All right, there we go. So mall Santas, I think that's a better angle than the all-year recovery thing. Summer couldn't come soon enough. Thank you, Matt. That was good. Yeah, that was the thing that I noticed too. When I first came here, it really bothered me because the crows sound different. And for me, when I first heard it, it sounded like a person's impersonation of a crow. It sounded like a person doing a crow call. They sound completely different. But it's just like, it's a dialect. That's so funny that like regionally crows develop, a different dialect. It's very weird. So they must have a pretty sophisticated communication to not all just be exactly the same. Oh, interesting. Unsalted peanuts. I never thought. Oh, wow. Ah, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. And what's the other not mockingbirds, the other I can't remember. Carl Pilkington had a story of a bird he thought was a pet of his. They used to just peck him on the top of the head. I can't remember what kind of bird that was. I think that was just a crow, though. but some other variety. Yeah, it's funny. It would be interesting to. I'm sure there's a website with that recordings of different regional crows. But yeah, they sound strangely. They sound strange, and you get used to it. So the two things I had to adjust to, really strangely, was milk in Japan. It tastes like corn. I think the cows are all fed corn from feed corn from the US or from whatever sources, so the milk has a very heavy kind of corn flavor. And then the crows sounded weird. That was the two big things. I'm like, this is weird, this throws me off, I'm very confused. All right. Yeah, but it's just from and it being an island too, I think things are a little more a certain way and don't really change. Yeah, Santa's plural. Sure, I'm doing plural Santa. Fuck off. Oh, numner. Any numner of reasons. Thank you, spell check. I didn't even see that. There's enough of a glare on my monitor. I didn't see that was not a B. All right, but spell check knows numner is not a word. Malcentas were a dying breed. That's the correct breed, right? Yeah, for any number of reasons. Let me just double check that expression. It sounds completely, yes. All right. Oh boy. Well, almost to the cake flavored corn stars. It's a weird anniversary snack this week. All right. For any number of reasons. The bleak Christmas cartoons begin. And this, with all the Black Friday sales, I invested in another hard drive. We were running out of space for our actual play audios, or I was getting really filled up. So now we have a dedicated hard drive for all those gigs and gigs and gigs of recordings. Yeah, the thing too that was making it such a pain in the ass is Audacity makes these giant temporary files when you're editing. So I kept getting, my hard drive would fill up, and so I had to change the drive it was using, because my hard drive would fill up, because it would literally use 100 gigs of space, just boom, to make all these temp files. Like, it's insane. That's not very reasonable. All right. Thank you, Matt, for the help with that one. That's good. Summer. All right. Cool. All right, so if I can find my cursor, let's switch over to the convenience store. Hey, Yum, how's it going? Nice. Very cool. All right. Just in time, Yum, for a convenience store. Maybe you were just waiting, right? You were just waiting. You knew it was coming. So, convenience store it is. All right. So this week we have a anniversary, a 20th anniversary celebration. So this is Shima corn. So the corn, there's stars. They're kind of puffed corn stars that usually are covered in chocolate, or like kind of chocolate flavored. And They look like breakfast cereal. You can kind of see them here. They look like breakfast cereal. I think I've had them before on the stream. The most common one is chocolate, but they're a little too waterproof. Some foreigners have tried to put milk on them and eat them like cereal, but the waxiness of the chocolate repels the milk a little bit too much for it to actually work. But they look like giant breakfast cereal. And so Dojima roll cake, which they have their little Frenchy logo, Mon Cher little company here. So 20th anniversary of Dojima roll cake, and that's what a roll cake looks like. And then the Shima Choco Cone Stars did a collaboration. Can you believe it? So they are taking, I guess, like a creamy. It's going to be just a white chocolate. I'm probably sure, but they're trying to do the flavor. So it's like a yellow, not quite a sponge cake, but like a yellow cake, sheet cake with a very light cream rolled up together, which is this. So roll cakes are pretty common here. A lot of times they'll have fruit in the cream. So there'll be fruit in the middle, like chunks of fruit in the middle and just kind of rolled. So strawberry roll cake or just a mixed fruit roll cake is common. And they even do chocolate as well. But they're really cheap and really light because there's actually not that much cake. And they're only about maybe that long in just kind of a little roll. And so they're good for, guests and things because they're easy to cut up. But let's see. So yeah, this brand is super common. The Ginbis is this snack is very. It almost looks, because it's very colorful. It almost looks like a kid's brand, and the little star always has like a little smiley face. But I think basically everyone likes them. They're very satisfying, like a very satisfying snack because they're not too heavy. The puffed corn makes them very light. Oh, this is resealable too. So this is going to be 20 years of both little corn, chocolate flavored corn stars, and roll cake. Oh yeah, this is sweet. It's pretty much just white chocolate. But here is, let's try the Dojima roll cake collaboration. Oh, they're smaller though than usual. That's weird. A little bit smaller version. But yeah, they're not really simulating the cake flavor very much. But can you see? It looks kind of like a bit like a kid's snack, like a little baby food or whatever. It has that that kind of charming kid shape, something easy for little hands to pick up. But the chocolate version of these is really nice because it's very light. And it's definitely just white chocolate, but not too overwhelming. And that's the interesting thing too, is it's almost like a corn puff that's like that soaks up some sort of flavoring, because it's not just a coating. It kind of goes more inside, and it's not super waxy, but just enough that it doesn't like work like breakfast cereal. Yeah, these are nice, very light, and I don't like white chocolate so much, but these aren't very strong or very white chocolatey flavor. Just like their chocolate one, it's kind of balanced, and it's also not too corny. No, it's not too much like a sweet corn flavor. Yeah, it matches okay. Yeah, so, and you get quite a bit. It's pretty full. And it's good it's resealable, because I think these can get stale. All the, puffed things can get stale pretty easily, especially in humid Japan. Not so much this season, but wow. Well, so happy birthday, Shima chocolate corn, and Dojima roll cake. Yeah, I recognize this logo. So I think a lot of grocery stores and stuff carry the Dojima brand. But they also show on the back here, they always like to show that for legitimacy, like their first store or whatever, like their opening store. So yeah, but they've only been around for 20 years, so it's not like a lot of stuff here has been around like 150 years. There's really old brands in Japan. So it's so funny they're celebrating their 20th anniversary. It should be 120. But yeah, not bad at all. I thought it was just going to be I was wondering how much they were going to try to simulate because the cream of the roll cake is really light and the cake is, lightly sweet. So I was wondering how they were going to simulate that, but they really didn't. They just did kind of a white chocolate white chocolate variation. But these would be really good with coffee. You know, they're lightly sweet, so coffee would be a nice, just like black coffee would be a nice counter. And they're not, the reason they kind of feel like kid snacks too is they're really light and easy to chew, you know. Just kind of like a coated Cheeto, like a puffy Cheeto or something. Wow. So I don't know how long they'll be celebrating, but I was just surprised I hadn't seen them do a lot of flavors before. So this collaboration was just kind of jumped out because it's usually just their plain chocolate star packaging. Maybe you should have gotten the regular one to show you, to refresh your memory. But yeah, interesting. That's a nice variation. I don't know if they've ever done like, you know, strawberry or any kind of other flavors. You mostly see chocolate, but if they do, I'll grab one of those. So yeah, the stars, that they're not breakfast cereal, but they very much, and they're not baby food, but they very much look like it. So yeah, nice. Yeah, nice version. Definitely not a weird combination. It makes sense that they did that. It wasn't just some, you know, kind of cramming something together. Nice. Well, happy birthday. All right. So we are back. Oh, it's good to see everyone in the stream. Where are my chats? There we go. Yeah, it's been nice to see Unknown Girl dropping by the live stream. Yeah, so it's a Hostess Twinkie star. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's what those roll cakes are like. They're like a really high end. If you had like a really, because they usually have the roll cake has a very they don't put a lot of preservatives in it, so its expiration date is like 2 or 3 days from when you buy it because it's very fresh made. So yeah, if Twinkies were actually a good thing, this is exactly what a Twinkie would taste like just really raw, heavy whipped cream and a nice yellow cake. It's like, yeah, if Europe had invented the Twinkie instead of industrial bakery America. Then Yum is here making cream-filled cylinder references. Yeah, he's all about it. Oh, wow. A Hostess Twinkie star. Yeah, it you know, tastes like, because it's definitely just a white chocolate, but it's light, so it feels very, very light. Yeah, it does. It does look like kids' pasta almost. Yeah, that's true. Because it's barely coated, so the yellow of the corn is still showing through. Oh yeah, frosted animal crackers. Nice. Oh yeah. I love the ones with the pink frosting and the sprinkles. Yeah, you don't even care what animals they are anymore. You don't even know their animal shapes. It gets to a certain point where you're just consuming. Yeah, they have. They have animal crackers here, but they burn on the cracker. There's a brand of, I think I've definitely done these before, but they have a brand of cracker where they burn in the name in English of the animal. So maybe it's like English learning or whatever, but so you have the elephant shape and it says elephant across there. Yeah, so there's a lot of, there's only like one dominant brand of animal crackers here, and they're the brand that puts the name on them. That's very funny, but it's in English. So yeah, the kids aren't learning any Japanese. Nice. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember that McDonald's advertising, like if you're up late watching cable or whatever, like McDonald's advertising specifically at like 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Because they know they've got you. You're far enough from dinner. If you're still awake, you're like, oh man, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I had a lot of 2 a.m. like crappy Mexican fast food like Del Taco and Taco Bell That was always a go-to. It's like, oh, wouldn't a what is that, 7-layer burrito or whatever be good right now at 2 a.m.? Yeah, and then you got the whole after drinking crowd. Oh, I do not know. Oh, thank you, Matt, for reminding me. Oh. Let's find out. Live on the air. Let's find out if the weekly live will be live. Yes, are you available, Matt, if there's no Chris? Yeah, I might not get, she's at work, so I might not get a quick response. Are you 8? 8 you for lovely message. Yeah, it's usually frustrating because she doesn't get the schedule until like this afternoon. So she probably found out, if sometimes it's a little bit earlier, but if there's any like sudden changes, they happen after lunch for tomorrow. It's ridiculous. Okay, cool. Well, I might hit you up depending on. I wish I could get you coffee. That's the only bad part of you doing it remotely is you don't get to have any coffee. That's the only compensation. But yeah, so there might be some, I'm not sure, things are kind of still in the works, but we might be moving to a new office, much bigger, more than twice the size. So we'll have a lot more floor space. So we might be able to set up an actual set for all of the different production for the channel. So that would be nice because the problem that I have is I'm always moving cameras around and always changing setups of things. And so everything's really inconsistent. You'll see that on the weekly, like the shelves. Sometimes I line up the shelves so they're nice and straight to the camera, the level of the camera. And sometimes it's a little off. So it looks kind of bizarre because I'm always setting up the camera before every time we record. So a set that can just be fixed there and places where we can do editing and stuff would be nice. So... Oh, Matt can get his own coffee. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad. But yeah, so we'll see. So yeah, that might be like middle of next year. Things might change, but that might make it easier to do everything, for me to do any kind of actual play recording and unboxing stuff, and everything might go a lot easier with a better space. So yeah, so it's going to be a lot of work to set it up, but new. I want to kind of try to remotivate myself. Yes, we'll do some live everything. Yeah, we just did. It's kind of D&D like, but yeah, I just finished finally editing something that we did in May. When I looked at I'm so sorry, Matt. Yeah, I think it was May of this year. We did the the actual play of. So here's all of our. I'll just put this up here. Here's all of our crazy Matt and I and Will and sometimes Terry and all of our actual play stuff. Here, this is on the website right now. So yeah, the latest thing we put up is kind of D&D. It's the Swedish D&D. But yeah, we should play some. Well, I've got with its own system. I've got the Tonesborg book we could use. I got the cheap paperback too, so I can kind of tab that and mark it up and stuff. But we should try Tonesborg. That would be good with their original, very old school system. Yeah, it's a lot of. The list is getting crazy for stuff we wanna try. But yeah, this week we'll do one more Star Trek. Finish up the second half of our current campaign. Uh-oh. Yeah, 7 months later. Whoops. Yeah, it's taken a long time to yeah, like I said, it was the longer audio stuff, it just the work becomes harder and harder and harder the more you go through it. And it was like 4 hours. And you could really, the energy is so interesting because the first episode, we're, things are kind of, everyone's kind of into it. And then by the fourth hour, we're just kind of, and Will even said at the end, it's 1 a.m. I got to get up at 8. So it was really, really depressing. Like that. We were totally out of energy. But yeah, so that the editing that, keeping the stuff in sync is really hard. You make one little mistake and you're already shifting things off. So that means you have to compensate, to keep the kind of rhythm of the conversations and stuff. So it's so much extra work. And editing my audio, it's like editing Porky Pig, audio. It's so stammery. And so I try to cut as much of that out as possible, just so it's a little more pleasant to listen to. And it's so much work. Every yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, and that was a problem with the Dragonbane is we wanted it. It's so small. We wanted to run it probably as one session. So if we would have stopped at a certain point, there would have only been like less than an hour left next time. So that's why it ran so long. Oh yeah. I did for the first part. I kind of cut on a cliffhanger, the discovery of the goblin. Oh, but yeah, this the audio that I just put up was the whole session, like, completed. But yeah, it was one kind of marathon session. And that's the difficulty. Is like it needs to be. And we've had that with Star Trek too. Sometimes it fits in one like 3-hour session, and sometimes it has to be broken up because it's not quite there. And sometimes there's enough left, and sometimes there isn't. Yes, but yeah, that was my Dark Tower role playing game. Super cool coin, which they included. I think it's supposed to have. Because there's a mechanic. Oh yeah. It is. There's a mechanic in the game where there's a night mode and a sun mode. So they didn't go crazy, but yeah, you can kind of see there's a moon here and there's a sun here. So yeah, this is marking my nifty little coin they produced. It's pretty small. It's like the size of an American quarter, but it could go a little bigger, couldn't they? Sorry, yes, my Dark Tower coin was right, for some reason, right on the edge of my desk. My grandma's communicating through Dark Tower. Yes. That looks even stupider than it did on camera. On the stream, me holding up a coin. All right. What am I doing? Nice. Yeah, fun with Star Trek, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for Matt's mystery game. I think that's a good way to do things because, it might be fun and intriguing for people to watch the stream. The timing is always so difficult, but it might be fun for people to watch the stream and not know what they're getting into. And especially for us as players, it'll be fun. And then we can go back later and, add more information once it's, kind of video on demand. Jake Paul thumbnail face. I don't know what that is, but I would do that if I knew. Oh man. It's brutal. Oh, and when is that starting? That's starting tomorrow. Oh shit. I'm not ready for this. I'll be reading. If you enjoy listening to very mediocre science fiction, I'll be reading Dementia, the third installment. I'm a little disappointed just right off the bat because this book is written in first person, and it ties into, but I don't think it's like directly going to give us maybe it will, the climax and connection to what we've already gone through so far. So they're calling this a trilogy, but the last book is strangely written from one character's point of view, which means I have to do one voice through the whole thing. Mostly like all the narration and everything. It's just I. So that was a little surprising. So we'll see. Yeah. So like kind of this dude is the dude. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I guess that starts tomorrow. I gotta get my stuff together and get ready to read those regularly. I might let's double check here how many chapters. It's gonna be something stupid, isn't it? It's gonna ruin the. Oh, there's even a little epilogue. Ooh, wow. So try to do it like an Advent. Oh god damn. Okay, well that's not gonna work. There's 35 chapters. Hopefully they're small. Yeah, the last book, it really sucked. There were like only 20, 25, 28 chapters, so it worked perfectly for the Advent calendar thing, but the last chapter was like 5 previous chapters in length, so it was very punishing. So 35 chapters, so I guess I'm reading more than one a night. I guess I'm getting you through the new year with this book. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that would be fun. I'm sure there's a lot of competition. Yeah, I should hit up some of these guys that aren't doing anything with these out of print books. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Well, dude, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you can enjoy. Yeah, Matt, Will, and Terry are really entertaining. You know, they really have good characters, and Terry really knows his Star Trek, so it's fun. It's been really fun, and I've always wanted to do that. I'm so glad we had the chance to do that because I always wanted to run episodic Star Trek because it seems like they really built the game to be enjoyed in that way. Like you could really just go, in and out of it, and kind of change the pace. And they release so many adventures, so that's very cool. That's what I do, Matt. That's what I do. I make you stay up for Star Trek and stay up for all the streaming all the time. Yum's got a decision to make. Ah, nice. But yeah, I may as well. Yeah, we're getting to picking up the kids' time. Up, no reply from Chris yet. But yeah, so it's been fun. I'm glad to see everybody online. Bad influences. Oh no, dude's drinking coffee. No. Yeah, but yeah, it's been fun. So I'll be back with Chris tomorrow, or maybe Matt. You never know on the weekly. You never know that evil company that Chris works for is. And it's funny too because it reminds me the way Chris describes it. It sounds so much like Office Space. It's kind of like, so Chris, you gonna come in on Saturday? Like it's just like last minute. Like someone walks by her desk and then gets she gets the you're gonna take over these lessons, right? Yeah, so a lot of last minute like nonsense schedule. I guess because they're kind of the in office staff is kind of captive audience, and the teachers are kind of like contract workers, and they're kind of coming in and out and doing stuff. And so when they fail, when the contract workers are not available, then they'll just grab people from the office. Crazy. But yeah, so everybody take care. And it was, very fun to, I'll let you know. Oh, cool. I'll let you know about tomorrow, Matt. And so take care, everyone. And abusecartoons.com for anyone that's watching. And thank you to those supporters. So John and Unknown Girl, thank you for supporting me on Patreon. So patreon.com/upturned. Nope, that's not that's tomorrow /Abuse Cartoons. Wrong one. So patreon.com/Abuse Cartoons, and then Abuse Cartoons on YouTube and Twitter. And if you want to read the archive like we did to find those fun comments, go to gocomics.com/Abuse Cartoons. No, /Domestic Abuse. Man, I'm out of it. So gocomics.com/Domestic Abuse for the full archive of 20 years, now more than 20 years, of all this nonsense. I better get some sleep too. Jeez. All right. So everyone take care, and we'll do this again next week. So see you then. Goodbye.